Hey everyone, it's Patty, and I have another Father's Day card. Um, this is a card with the lighthouse. It says, "There's nothing little about the light you shine." Um, I think it's appropriate for a Father's Day card. I don't have a lot of Father's Day stamps, as I think I mentioned. So we're going to make this. I've got the cards, the cardstock pre-cut. I'm going to do a real red background instead of the crumb cake. This is crumb cake. And I have the Night of Navy, and then we'll stamp on the sheet. It's only stamping today. We're not doing any other cutting or die cutting or anything like that. So the card base is the standard A2 size, so it's a half of a piece of 8.5 by 11. So it's cut at 5.5 and scored at 4.25. And then the Navy, Night of Navy, is 5.25 by 4. And then the next layer that we're going to stamp on is 3.75 by 5. So they all go down a half an inch. I'm sorry, a quarter of an inch. And then I have the inside, which is 4.25. I'm sorry, 4 by 5.25. And that'll go inside. We'll put a sentiment in there. So this is the stamp set. It's called High Tide. It has 2 steps for the lighthouse. It's got the kind of the sand dune and water, light, birds. I mean, it's got all kinds of things, and I really love the sentiments that it has. So we're going to use not all of it, but a good portion of it to make this lighthouse card. And just let me show you. They are photopolymer, and you get two sheets of them. I have a lot of them mounted already, just to save some time. So we're gonna really just do the stamping. I am going to start. I'm going to use this piercing mat just to give me a little bit of cushion so the stamping goes well. And I think I will start with the sand in crumb cake. And I have all my ink pads here. A lot of different ink pads we're using today. And actually, I am going to take this off, and because we're going to stamp onto the paper a little bit, because we're going to go off. And this actually is a grid mat, a grid pad that has a lot of cushion to it. So I don't need that mat. So we'll just forget that. So we're going to start with the crumb cake ink and get this sand dune inked up. And I'm just going to go down toward the bottom. And then there's, let me get rid of my ink pads here. There's a little piece that we can use for fill-in. So let me just get that out. And we can stamp that. I'll put that on an angle to just kind of fill in places that are still white. Okay, and then it has that little area for the lighthouse. That's already cut out, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to just put this on this block. I have grass on this one. So let's close up the crumb cake. And the next thing we're going to do is the lighthouse itself. Now there's two stamps for the lighthouse. You'll see that there's the darker red, and then I have, so that's real red, and then smoky slate. So I like to do the dark color first so that I can line up the next color. I can kind of see through it. So let's get the real red. And you'll see this is stained a little bit. I've used this a few times, but that's okay. It doesn't really matter. Once you clean it off, it may look red, but it's not going to carry over if you ink it up in a different color. It's really not a problem. And again, I'm getting some ink on the side. Some of these ink pads I think are a little more, I don't know what to call it, juicy than others. So I am going to line that up right in that hole in the sand dune and just press down. Okay. And then I'm going to close this up and we'll move on to the smoky slate. So this is going to fill in the other pieces. So you really have to line this up, and I try to get the top and then the sides. And just bear with me. It's kind of hard looking over the camera. Okay, let's see how we did here. Okay, that looks good. So we're done with the lighthouse, and I think next we'll do some of the grass. So I have that in pear pizzazz, and just those little grass pieces. So we'll put some here. And this you can do as much or as little as you want. There's actually another little grass. Let me get the little grass to fill in. Let me just see. Here it is. So we're going to just pop this off, pop that one on, and we can fill in here and there. So that looks pretty good. We're just building a little scene here. The next step is the actual light. So I'm going to do, there's this light, and I'm going to just do it on both sides of the lighthouse. Now I didn't want it too dark. I kind of wanted it on the lighter side, so I'm going to stamp off first. Actually, let me get that more inked up. So I'm going to stamp off, and then I will put it right out here and go right off the card. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'll stamp off, and then I'll just go right out here. Okay, it's coming along. And then we have the sentiment and the birds. So the sentiment is, there's nothing little about the light you shine. So let me get that mounted. I'm going to just put it right on this block that I used the light for. And I'm going to do this in the navy, just to tie it all together, the night of navy. I just want to stamp it down to make sure it looks nice and solid. Okay. And I'm going to go right over the light. Okay, perfect. And then we just need the birds. So let me take this block, and we'll get the birds. You could put some of the birds down here as well, but I just like them up in the sky. There they are. I couldn't find them for a minute. So let me get them. Here they are. I'm having a hard time seeing them for some reason. So we're going to go right across here, and I think we can, that'll be good. So I'm going to do those in the night of navy as well, just make sure it looks good. And oops, I have a little on my block. So there we go. Quick and easy, all stamping. So all we have to do is put our card together. So I am going to just let that dry for a second and mount the Night of Navy on the real red. So this looks like the kind of a patriotic color, red, white, and blue here. And let's do the inside. So the inside, I'm going to use what I used the other day, the Happy Father's Day that I had from the paper pumpkin. So let me get that. And I'm going to mount that again. So this was a stamp set that I had from a paper pumpkin that just has a lot of different ways you can group things together. So like Happy Father's Day, you could do It's Your Day, Father, or Happy Birthday. There's a lot of different things you can use. So I am just mounting the Happy and the Father's Day. And we'll put that right in the inside. And I'm going to put it right on top of each other. Try to center it. And I will do that also in the Night of Navy. I like the dark ink on the white card. So let me just make sure that looks okay before I put it on the inside. And that looks good. So I'm going to do it up toward the top a little bit. Okay. Close up the ink pad. And let me put this on the outside. I keep running out of my snail here. Making a lot of cards lately. Let me get another snail. I should just keep one on hand. Sorry about that. And then we'll do the inside. So let's get this going. And we're done with the card. Pretty easy. Just a little patience with lining up everything on the stamping. But with the clear stamps, it really makes it easy to line things up. You can see right through them. So there we go. We have it in the Crumb Cake Night of Navy or the Real Red Night of Navy. Which one do you like better? I think I like this one. It pops out a little bit more with the red on red, but I do love Crumb Cake look. So anyway, this is my second Father's Day. I have one more coming up on Friday, and then it'll be too late if you don't have a Father's Day card because it's this Sunday. All right, have a good day, everyone. Thanks for joining me. Bye.